Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
I sound a little sinusy.
Greetings, Bitcoiners in the land of YouTube. How are you doing today? Down in the comment section, I'd like to know your thoughts on where this pump is going to go, how high it might go before this happens. I'd really like to make the hype videos saying Bitcoin's going to 60,000. Maybe it will. Maybe it's coming up here. Maybe it's topping out at 50,000. You know, I'd like to say we're going to an all-time new high to the moon, right? But the problem is I've been around too long, so I'm not going to hype the unknowing people that may be new to this. I'm not hyping that. I know how damaging that can be. So in the comment section, let me know where you think this is going to top out at. This pump right here, not overall, but I mean just this pump that we're on. Drawing a few lines here. Let's put one right about 60,000. What's this? 59,670. Let's change the color on this guy so it shows up nice and pretty. You know what? Let's just do a double line. You know what? Let's get rid of this. 200-day moving average has been left in the rear view mirror. Goodbye. All kinds of resistance just getting smashed. So let's put a double line here. Make it show up nice and pretty. Just shy of 60,000. Where might another area be? Let's put one right about here. We'll do the double line so you can see them nice and bright. About here. There's really not a whole lot of resistance to before 60,000. So that's not a whole lot of resistance. There's just not a lot there. Let me know where you think this is going to finally get rejected. Right here, back on January 29th, is where Elon Musk changed his Twitter profile. I put the word Bitcoin in his Twitter profile here. That was this big wick here. And then like a week later, this is where Tesla and Elon Musk announced Tesla had bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. And I see some comments saying I don't know what I'm talking about when I say that Elon Musk can absolutely influence this market. He can pump and dump it all by himself with tweets. And I said something about it. I don't mean with his money, right? I mean with his influence over social media. And I see comments saying, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about because retail market cannot move this market, right? Retail investors and traders, they can't move this market. That's not what's happening. You know, it's not possible. Well, are you sure about that? Elon Musk has 60 million Twitter followers. On average, if each one of his Twitter followers had just a tiny little investment of $1,000 in Bitcoin, and some people may think 1,000 is a lot, but the thing about this market is $100 at 10x leverage is $1,000. So $100 almost anyone out there can do. And of course, all his followers, all 60 million, are not invested in Bitcoin, but a lot of them are. Like the last 20 million followers of his have come in basically during his cryptocurrency, whatever he's doing in cryptocurrency. I think he got like over 500,000 subscribers on Twitter in one day when he tweeted about Dogecoin. So a lot of people are in Dogecoin that follow him too. But this, you know, $1,000 is not much money. Let's just, in theory, say all 60 million of his followers have only $1,000, which could be as little as $100 at 10x or $50 at 20x, right? That $1,000 in this market is nothing. How much money would that be? Look at this number. 6 zeros, 9 zeros, $60 billion. $60 billion. And that's just if they had $50 at 20x leverage. And this market is infested with leverage. So 60 billion. Let's say his 60 million followers had on average $10,000, which is a lot of money, but $1,000 at 10x is 10,000. You know, $500 at 20x is 10,000. So it's conceivable that that's not too far away from reality. Now, of course, these numbers are not, it's not going to be this much, but just for reference, what are we talking about? 3 zeros, 6 zeros, 9 zeros, 10 zeros. 600 billion with a B dollars. 600 billion and billion and billions and billions. 600 billions of dollars. So you might say, what's your point, dude? Well, let's go over here to the coinmarketcap.com. The market cap of Bitcoin is $894 million. And if each one of Elon Musk's subscribers on Twitter, followers on Twitter only had $500 at 20x, that would be over 2/3 the market cap of Bitcoin. And you know that, of course, it's not that much from Elon's Twitter followers, but you got to think Elon Musk is just one person, right? Just one person. I don't follow Elon Musk on Twitter. A lot of people listening don't follow him either. So this market here in the middle of May lost about $600 billion here in this dump. That's about $600 billion that left this market. And that's predominantly retail investors and retail traders. So, of course, there's big institutional traders in here. And they're not even probably from institutions, a lot of them. Just there's a lot of big money traders in here that are making tons of money, taking retail people's money, the general public. That was my whole point of warning people about the Wyckoff distribution, is that's how these markets work, right? The big players, they take the little players' money. So in the middle of May, about half the money left this market. And that generally, for the most part, is going to be the general public, the unknowing public. So over 50% of the money in this market was retail. And so, yeah, I mean, it's obvious retail can definitely move this market, but they're not moving it in a way that's coordinated like the whales can do, right? The whales knew looking at this top up here that this was a distribution, a market cycle distribution. And they got out, right? And when they got out, they took all the retailers' money. So in essence, the retail investors and traders, without a doubt, moved to this market almost 60%. Unfortunately, it's a move down because they didn't understand what they're doing, right? And I got caught up in here too, right? So, yeah, I mean, just one person, Elon Musk. If each one of his followers had $1,000 at 10x, that's 600 billion. And of course, says those numbers aren't realistic, but they're not too far off, he's just one guy, right? What about all those other big influencers out there, right? All the big YouTubers out there and other people that are big time influencers. You know, if each one of their followers only has, $1,000 at 5x, or $1,000, $100 in, this is a huge retail market. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments section and where this is gonna have the big dump, right? So I've been around. What I was getting to earlier is I don't want to pump out, Bitcoin to the moon. Bitcoin might be on its way to 60,000, so maybe I'll put that in my title. Bitcoin 60,000. But what I want you all to be aware of out there is this, right? This is coming. This big dump is coming. Without a doubt, it's coming. I've been around this market too long now. I want you to be aware of that, right? Retail definitely can move this market, and it's usually down. So, the point I was getting to earlier is Elon Musk tweet here got the market energized, and that was at about 30. Market was sitting at about 33, 32,000 in those days, and the market was energized from there. Tesla announced here, it pumped all the way up to here, $59,000, and that's actually looking almost identical to the pump we're on now. So I'm gonna call maybe just shy of 60,000 is where this pump may go. Now it could fade out before that, because there's no grand announcement of big company buying Bitcoin. Of course, that could still come, but that was this pump from 38,000 to about 47,000, about $10,000 daily candle green here. That's when Tesla bought. So lacking that, maybe it comes up a little short. But the point I was getting to is it really reminds me of those days now when Bitcoin, this pump started at about 29, 30,000. It's kind of similar to back here. Actually, that was the pump started at 32,000. So it's real similar, same ballpark. 32,000 to 59,000. So that's maybe what this pump has that kind of steam. I didn't think it did. It's a bit shocking. I think it's really unhealthy overall for everyone for this to happen. Just say it's kind of a mirror image of that pump, and that's what it looks like there. Of course, there might be a little, it's not going to go up in a straight line. I should probably draw these lines a little better. It's going to go kind of like this up here. The main thing I don't want to do is make irresponsible videos because I've seen how damaging it can be to the retail market. Almost all these major dumps are retailers losing billions and billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Right? Like I was saying, retail without a doubt can move this market. Generally, it's down after they've been hyped into buying because they don't know when to get out. And it's just how it is, man. Wherever this pump stops, if it there's let's see, this 48,000 resistance is much. There's kind of a little spot here at about 51,000 or so, maybe 50,000 is psychological resistance. But the way Bitcoin's been pumping, it's just been ignoring that kind of stuff. 51,400. And then the next major one, I think, would be at about 58,600, 59,600, 58.6 to 59.6 in that ballpark. Might be where this thing tops out. The problem is the higher it goes, the more it can dump. So if this were to play out, of course, this is an Elon Musk trigger here. Elon Musk trigger here. That's looking kind of similar. It feels about the same at this point. Here's what I want you to watch for, right? I don't want to be the guy, the YouTube channel that influences people into these huge bull traps. This is coming at some point. 59,000 down to 42,000. Let's say 43. 59 to $16,000 dump. It's coming at some point. This is coming. It's going to look about something like this. Right there, that dump's coming. Whether it comes at 59 or it comes at 50, that dump's coming. Without a doubt, the dump is coming. So just be careful out there, folks. Let me know what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching.